Harris went to Detroit, among other places, and found a brand new line of argument. I'm going to play it for you here in SOT 16. No, I'm just kidding. It was exactly what we've always heard from her. Here it is, SOT 16.
This election is about two very different visions for our future. Ours focused on the future, focused on our young leaders, focused on possibility, understanding the ambitions and the aspirations and the dreams of the American people.
Oh, God.
Understanding, like the people of Detroit, we have grit, we have excellence, we have history.
Oh, grit and excellence. She's added grit and excellence in her defense. Now,
So here we are on Megyn Kelly's show on YouTube. As you can see, they're going to talk about Kamala Harris. She's out campaigning and really coming up with fiery rhetoric there to get her base riled up and out voting. You know, those Democrats, they like to vote often, and they like to vote early, and they like to vote often. So let's see what Megyn Kelly and her guests have to say about Kamala Harris and what she's actually saying. That's, you know, how is she getting her message across to the voters and maybe to the undecided people? How is she going to reach them and convince them to vote for her?
Expanding. And this dovetails with what she said to Al Sharpton. She decided to talk to Al Sharpton. And, well, just take a listen. SOT 21.
Share with our viewers on what has impacted them and what a President Harris will do that understands what needs to go in their pocket, not the Beltway language.
So it's a very legitimate and important question that voters ask that we should respond to on the affirmative without waiting for the question. I often go off script to tell a personal story. I talk about what I intend to build, which is an opportunity economy, which in large part understands the vast majority of Americans have ambition, aspirations.
They do.
They have an incredible work
and
ethic.
Dreams?
They have dreams.
Oh, work ethic.
But not necessarily access to the resources that allow them the opportunity to achieve their goals. So when asked this question about how will this affect my life in terms of a voter worrying about the fact that, look, price of groceries is still too high. I get it, they get it. And what are we doing to help them actually get through life in a way that they're not just getting by, but getting ahead? We have to have specific policies that do that. And that is what I offer under what I call an opportunity economy approach.
Well, quite a few words there. It didn't really say much. Yeah, she's offering an opportunity economy. As far as I know, the opportunity economy is already there. There's plenty of opportunities. Maybe not as many as some people would like. Maybe a lot of barriers too in the way, but she didn't really say much.
Raise your hand if you're missing the Arnold Palmer dick references. sorry.
Everyone in the crowd is like, everyone in the audience.
Come on. So she says nothing. It'd be one thing if this really were message discipline and she was saying something that's important, like that we all want to hear, and these are great big plans. Even if she were saying the stuff about, I'm going to, get rid of taxes on tips, the thing she stole from Trump. But dreams, ambitions, aspirations, that's all we ever hear. That's it. Eliana, maybe she'll win and we'll meet again and we'll talk about, wow, that message discipline was just amazing. That's what did it. But I don't see evidence that that's what's helping her in the polls. What's helping her in the polls is hatred of Donald Trump.
That's right. She might win. And if she wins, it will be because people don't like Trump. And her inability to pull away from him has been because she is struggling to offer an affirmative vision. What she's offering, and you saw it in that answer, is I grew up a middle-class kid and he's dangerous, crazy, and senile. But she is, it's not that she's not able, it's that she's unwilling to articulate a positive vision for how she would govern the country because, she has repudiated a couple of the views, the radical left-wing views that she held in 2019, but mostly her campaign simply has said nothing about them because she's risk averse. She doesn't like to make decisions, and she doesn't want to anger the far left while courting the middle. And so she's just decided to do and say nothing.
I don't know. I think she's unwilling and unable, personally. Let me know what you think in the comments.
She says, Eliana says, Emily, that Kamala Harris isn't offering anything. And like there's nothing to hold on to. And that's why she's struggling in the polls. There was a golden opportunity. I mean, she's had multiple, right? The View, what would you do differently than Joe Biden? Colbert, what would you do differently? Brett Baer, you know, would you like another bite at the apple? And she just says, it's not a continuation of his presidency. Well, what does that mean? She says, I'm a different person. Well, obviously, but like how? How are you going to be different as president? And then Peter Alexander of NBC News gets her over the weekend when she was having her birthday. And he asks her, saying, I'm not going to ask you how old you're turning, but you say generational change is coming. Like that's what you represent. What does that mean? And listen to what happened.
You have a milestone birthday on Sunday. Chivalry is not dead. I'm not going to say what age you're turning then, but you talk about generational change. What does generational change mean to you?
I think it's about a state of mind, and it is about understanding that we should be focused on this moment. And this is a very particular moment where there is a lot happening in our country that is about innovation, that are about really new approaches to longstanding challenges. And it's a new generation of thinking as much as anything else.
That was a nice one. Yeah, we are at a moment in our country's history, and this is a particular moment. It's about a new generation of thinking. Yeah, I didn't really, not much to grab onto there.
That is classic Kamala Harris, Emily. Just to break it down, the number of phrases, this audience is aware, I think it's about a state of mind, and it's about understanding we should be focused on this moment. And this is a very particular moment where there is a lot happening in our country that is about innovation, that are about really new approaches to longstanding challenges. And it's a new generation of thinking as much as anything else. What? What? Help.
The only message discipline I think that her campaign could have is to stop letting her be the messenger. Like
That was very well put. Yeah, message discipline. I like that term. But yeah, they need to stop letting her be the messenger because she obviously can't convey any kind of message at all.
Message discipline that they had before and after the DNC, but especially after the DNC, was them controlling it through scripted TV ads and rallies and all of that. But any time that she has to naturally be the messenger, it's not good because and I thought with the Brett Baer interview, honestly, I felt like she had the edge. I felt like Biden had the edge, obviously, until the debate. But the wheels are coming off this campaign, and the Brett Baer interview was really evidence of that, because what we're seeing right before it and right after it is more of the meme that Kamala Harris was before they decided to turn her into a brilliant generational talent politician, as Democrats have been insisting for a while. This woman was a meme. She was a joke. She was a joke in Washington, D.C. until Biden's disastrous debate performance, which is why Democrats didn't want to swap Biden out, because they felt like they had no choice but to go with her. And this could have been taken from the vice presidential career she had that left her less popular by some measures than Dick Cheney. She's less popular than Dick Cheney. And that was why. This is exactly why. And they were able to control it by not putting her in front of so many different interviewers. And their decision to oversaturate her in media has been an absolute disaster because she cannot cut it. She cannot cut it. She might have been able to.
We're seeing it. What she saw in her private polls is now showing up in the public polls, which I will get to in just one second. But before we leave Peter Alexander, he did ask her, Eliana, about her struggles with men. I mean, this is no secret. It's all over every poll, even the mainstream media, lamestream, whatever, corporate, reports it all the time. She knows it. She, denial, as they say. It ain't just a river. Here, watch. SOT 20.
Donald Trump leads, particularly among men, by 16 points right now. Why is that, and why do you think there is a disconnect for you with men right now?
Well, let me tell you, you can look at this audience and you can see that there are people of every background and gender who are showing up by the thousands. And I think it is because they know I intend to be a president for all Americans. And that is how I'm campaigning to earn the vote of every American, not only about their gender, but about their geographic location, and unburdened by who they may have voted for in the past.
Just to be clear, though,
Unburdened.
men still say by 16% margin they're supporting Donald Trump right now. Why do you think that is?
It's not the experience that I'm having, to be honest with you.
You think the men are on board?
I mean, look around.
That's not the experience I'm having. Unburdened. Ah, this is amazing. Well, apparently the polls are very close. We shall see. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm not a prognosticator. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Kamala Harris is actually getting her valuable message across to Americans, especially Americans who not only want to hear it, but they need to hear it? Is she the kind of person, a leader, who America can get behind? Personally, I have my doubts, but let me know what you think. In the meantime, please like and subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel and continue making content for you.